Country music to me is definitely my favorite genre, and you can get. Well, I mean, growing up in Georgia, if you ever listen to a country song, you would understand why you would like country music if you grew up in Georgia. What's going on, everybody? I'm Seth Michael, and I'm a rising country artist at Lanier High School, and I'm a junior. So me as a country artist, I sing songs and I write my own music, and I look for an emotional impact on my audience. Growing up, I've always listened to country music. My dad influenced it on me. My grandparents influenced it on me. And my mom's from the north, my dad's from the south, but I mean, I'm from the south, 100%. So I like classic rock too. Like I would go with 80s and 90s rock, but I kind of collaborate that with my country music, which makes it kind of unique. Oh, well, I was born in Beaufort, Georgia, and I've always lived here. We move around a lot. We've moved around countless amount of times. But Beaufort's my home, so this is where I am, and my mom owns a restaurant. I occasionally go down there and play, like maybe every 2 weeks, and just put on a show for everybody, you know, write my songs and go perform them, and just for my hometown, everybody knows me here, and I love being a part of the city and community. So when I was growing up, I went to a Christian academy for probably 8 years of my life, and I was always on the praise and worship team, and I would always lead in worship, and every morning for church. We had church every morning. So I would lead worship, and I mean that's what really started me being in front of crowds. And like the school would have talent shows too, and I would always go on the talent shows and I would sing on there. But the turning point for me when I actually started wanting to do this for a career would probably be when I was about 15. I just wanted to start making money off of it, you know, like I was always writing songs, I was always putting stuff on paper. So I decided that, I mean, my mom and her friends, they would always come over and they would just love to hear me sing, and they loved my songs. So I thought that I should, you know, probably try to do something with it. So 15. So I mean, growing up, I mean, I've always hung out with my brother and my brother's older friends. Like he's 18 and he always hangs out with 19. I mean, he was always 2 years older than me. I'm 16 now and he's 18. So, I mean, I never really did hang out with anybody my age. I mean, there's a couple friends that I would hang out with, like my best friends. But I mean, most of the time I would be hanging out with all the older guys. So. My hobbies, I would go with, I mean, well, of course I love sports, man, but here at Lanier, I wanted to be on the football team so bad. I played football freshman year, and that was before like I actually started getting serious with music, but then I actually wanted to start getting serious, so I had to quit the football team to put more time into making music and writing songs and practicing every night, learning new things, writing new songs, and getting ready for my shows and stuff like that. So definitely a bummer, because I mean I love all my boys on the football team, and not even that. I mean I've tried a lot of sports here to see if they would be a little bit easier with my music career, but being in a sport, I have to always be 100% dedicated. If you're not part of the team 100%, then there's no point in playing. So my favorite musician, I really, I can't, I mean, always it's been Rascal Flatts. They have, like, their band literally started in 2001, which is when I was born. And from when I was a child, I had just listened to their music all throughout my life, and just, I mean, I know all of their songs, and I looked up to them so much. And Gary, the lead singer, he, the way he sings, I've always listened to him, so I've picked up a lot of things from his voice, and that's what I use when I improvise. Like, if I were to sing a song, I would throw in a bunch of different stuff that I've learned from different artists like Rascal Flatts and Keith Urban and Gary Allen, everybody from me growing up in like the early 2000s. But Rascal Flatts is definitely my favorite, all-time favorite. When I was 12 years old, I went to a Rascal Flatts concert. My parents got me tickets to it, and I was able to they got me meet and greet passes, so like that was just amazing. And we went back there, and when I saw him for the first time, that I've looked up to this guy, and I've seen him on TV and whatever. It's unreal seeing somebody that's so, like, such an idol in real life. Like, I couldn't comprehend it. I was so shocked, like, when I saw them. So, I mean, I know that they're real people. They're just like everybody else. But, I mean, it just meant a lot to see them. And not only that, but, I mean, he does this thing where he passes around a bucket and you write on a note card, like, what you want to ask him. And we wrote on our note card, me and my mom, we asked him if I could sing with him, if I could go up there and sing with him. And he read my card, and sure enough, he was willing. He wanted me to come up there, so I told him I was 12 and everything, and I mean, I didn't think they'd expect much, but I sang Broken Road, which is all time my favorite song, and it was amazing. I mean, they harmonized with me, and they were looking at each other in the back, like they were pretty surprised for a 12-year-old, and I was literally, like, when you sing, you have to use vibrato, which is like where you shake your voice a little bit and make it sound nice. Literally, I didn't have to do that. Like, my knees were doing the job for me because I was so nervous. That was so funny. But at the end, I was such an emotional mess. Like, I just started crying. Like, I was so happy, and he had influenced me from that day even more than he already had. So that was definitely a good starting point in my career. My inspiration is definitely the thought of me singing in front of thousands of people. It's always what I wanted to do, and when I see other artists, like my favorite artist, I went to a Rascal Flatts concert in Florida, and literally when he played Broken Road, he just started that first note on the piano, and everybody went crazy. And not even that, but just having thousands of people singing every single word to a song that you wrote is literally mind-blowing, and just that is what I want to do with my life. And I just want to write a song or several songs that people can just love and just be a part of their everyday, and just I would love to have that opportunity to sing to a crowd and have them sing back at me. My mom and my dad equally support me so much, and they just love it when I'm in my room and I'm just playing my guitar just for hours. I mean, I can't choose over them. They both love me so much, and they just love everything that I do. And I mean, I'll go in my room and I'll learn a song. I'll take like an hour, and I'll just sit in there and just grind on a song, and I'll come out and I'll just like want to perform it to them instantly, because I just love it. I love it when they get happy. Yeah, they mostly inspire me. Me growing up, I was always in a Christian school, and like everybody in that school, I mean, they would love it when I'd sing, and I would sing my songs, like my country songs, and they loved it. They supported me 100%. But it was when sixth grade came, I went to middle school. I went to Lanier Middle School, and it was just a whole new world for me. I was shocked, but I mean, I became to settle in it after the year went by. So I got used to that whole crowd, and I still stayed true. What was one of the things that was really tough for me in life is nobody really appreciated when I sang country music. They would always like make fun of me, and they would always walk up to me in the hallway and be like, "Hey, look, the door in?" And I was just like, "Is that the only country song you know?" Like, I don't know. It's just keeping my confidence in singing country music was really hard, because I mean, I was one of very few people who liked country music in that middle school. So I mean, keeping the aspect of staying true to myself was difficult, but I mean, it's always a part of me, and it's not gonna go away. So as soon as I hit high school, I met so many people that I liked, just upperclassmen, and it was just a whole new world. I had classes with upperclassmen and stuff like that. I made so many friends just like that, people that I've never met before. It was awesome. And then all my coaches, all my high school, or all my football coaches, they all loved it too. So I'd always sing the national anthems at the football game. And my teachers have always had my back, and I love my teachers here. All of my teachers have always supported me. For my freshman year, I had this awesome teacher named Mr. Prophet. I mean, he was awesome. He had an acting career in Hollywood. I looked up to that dude. I thought he was the coolest dude ever. He was also my tennis coach, and Miss Rohrbaugh, she always had my back. She's like one of my favorite people ever. I love Miss Rohrbaugh so much. Miss Kirchner, for sure, she's always had my back too. High school's been great. What music means to me, music is literally in everything that I do every day of my life, and it's in everybody else's days of their life. Like, you can't go a day on this earth without hearing music, and music is just such a passionate thing. Like, music like runs through my body and my veins, like just like my blood does. It's my life. Starting right now, I'm a junior, and I want to get my grades to a point to where I can get into a really nice college that can give me a good musical education. I was thinking of going somewhere in Nashville or just in Tennessee, so I can be closer to that whole environment. Like, I would love to live in Nashville. It's awesome. I would love to be in that environment. So that's where I'm gonna try and go after school. I plan to achieve my goals by working at it every day 100%, and always dedicating maybe 98% of my time towards music. That's what I do every day, and I feel at this pace, at me being 16 and already performing in front of people, is a great start. And if I keep moving at this pace, I'll be where I want to be. Where I play, like, if you guys ever want to come see me or anything, my mom owns this restaurant in downtown Beaufort, and it's called Tannery Row Ale House. It's a great venue, but every Thursday and every Wednesday, I always go in there, and they have this open mic night thing. I do that sometimes, or I'll open for people there on the weekends, like big names that come in there. I've opened for Russell Dickerson. He currently has a #1 song on the radio right now. I always cover his song. I love that song, Yours by Russell Dickerson. It just depends on who comes. I'll either open for them or they'll open for me, but I mean, Saturdays are usually the days that we'll do concerts there. So.
So the first word that I think of when I think of Seth is dedication. There are very few high school students who I think really know what they want out of life and know what they want to do with their lives while they're in high school. And I think he is one of those rare few. And what has always impressed me the most is that he has had a focus and a dedication for those goals. But at the same time, he's never let that allow him to completely forget his education. So as his teacher in the sciences, what I'm teaching him is not always directly relatable to what he wants to do with his life as a singer. But he's always maintained the ability to keep up with the class, to keep up with his work, and to always be an asset in the classroom. So his dedication to his career goals bleeds through into the other aspects of his life. And I'm always impressed for a student to have that kind of maturity at this level is something that I think is admirable, and I'd love to see more students be like Seth.
Seth is a great guy. He's really talented in everything he does, and he's really committed to everything he does. I really like him. He's a great friend to have. He's reliable, and I can always know that he's going to be there for me at all times.
So a lot of people don't know, Seth and I share a love of country music. We both, love country music, which is not that popular here at Lanier. It's always fun to sort of talk with him and talk about our favorite songs and sing a couple songs as well. But it's a lot of fun to hang out with Seth.
I'm Seth Michael, and this is my story.